All right, hi everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds just to see if we have anybody else who's planning on joining. So if you don't mind just holding on for about a minute or two and we'll begin shortly. Thank you. All right, well, thank you everyone for joining me today and welcome to today's customer webinar. It's going to be on Marketing Your App 101, so tips and tools for effective promotion. My name is Katie Stenson and I'm the account manager in library outreach here for Boopsie for libraries. I do want to start out with a few housekeeping tips before we begin. So I typically leave everyone on mute during these webinars to avoid any audio issues, but if you do have any questions, feel free to type them into the question box on your dashboard at any time. I also do want to give you a heads up that the next scheduled webinar is set for Wednesday, March 4th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which will be on our new our BookLook mobile feature. And there's also going to be another webinar on March 18th in which we'll go over our multilingual functionality. So I guess we'll start beginning. All right. So here's a quick overview of the topics we'll be covering in today's webinar. While I'm going to share some unique and effective ways to market your app, my main goal today is to convince you to create a marketing plan for your library's mobile app. You can create a really great, consistent plan regardless of the size of your library and staff. The main goals of your marketing plan should be to create a consistent message, identify the customers you would like to reach, be aware of your competition, and create measurable goals that you can share with your team. I'll also share some stats and news that address the importance of effective promotion and some marketing mistakes as well. So here's our first section. We're going to go over library website promotion. It's one of the single most important steps you can take to promote your library's mobile app to your patrons and students. Homepage promotion is specifically the most effective. We recommend prominent placement using an old newspaper term, above the fold, so web users don't have to scroll down to reach the page to see the ad. It's a great way to let your community know that your app is available on every mobile device, including all Apple, Android, and Windows 8 devices. So, here is an example of an above the fold marketing from the Akron Summit County Public Library. As you can see in the right column, there's a colorful banner down here that lets their patrons know that library has gone mobile. So if you select the banner, you're taken to a dedicated app page, which provides you with additional information about the app itself. Here's another example with Harris County Public Library. I kind of highlighted it in red. There's this little HCPL apps link that if you click on it, it provides you with access to the Harris County Public Library mobile app as well. And then one more, we have the Algonquin Area Public Library. And I also did a little red box for it as well. There's a little icon that if you click on that, it'll launch you into their website for their app as well. All right, so, dedicated, you're going to want to make sure you have a dedicated page on your website to promote your app. Once your patrons click on your new great homepage ad, you should direct them to a dedicated landing page on your site to promote your app as well. We do have a couple of landing page mock-ups on our marketing materials page that you can use as a kind of guideline for that. We're also going to go over a couple of examples here. If you just the next page. So this is the Hoover Public Library. So if you take a look, oops, I covered up my screen. There we go. Sorry about that. So you're going to want to make your dedicated landing page easy to find. So be sure to include the page in your on-site search and search site map as well, which makes it so that it's, if you want to search for it, it's easy to find also that way, like Google and Yahoo search engines will be able to find it as well. And you're also going to make sure that you want to have links to this app page and any other major pages within your site just to maximize your search engine optimization. Again, make sure there's a strong call to action, something like download now or download a free mobile app, and include a link to your unique pin.boopsie.com page for one-click downloads. I'll show you an example of what that page looks like shortly as well. So another great tip is to include the QR code that we provide you with as well, like Memorial Hall Library did on their app page. Obviously, the goal is to make it as easy as possible for all of your patrons to download your app with one click and one quick scan, regardless of how tech savvy they can be. So as you can see right here, if you just use your QR code reader, you'll just go ahead and you'll open it up, you hold the phone over that, and it automatically will link you to the download page for the Memorial Hall Library. So here's an example. We recently redesigned our landing pages that you can redirect your banners to. In this case, this is the San Diego Public Library page. As you can see, our landing pages include a brief summary about your app right here, as well as a QR code, which will allow you to download, a quick scan, or you can do the links itself to the app stores. This is also a app demo as well, so you can go ahead and if patrons kind of want to play around at a pretty basic level, you can go ahead and click on and search for your catalog and those kinds of resources as well. So last year, we received this image from the Largo Public Library in Florida, where they placed their app promotion banner on the side of a big orange garbage truck. Kind of hard to miss that. I mean, between the bright orange and then the big blue ad with all that information, it's a great way to get their patrons to learn about their mobile app. So here's a little chart that compares user stats from two major West Coast cities from January 2014 to January 2015. The cities are of comparable populations. The libraries serve similar population sizes, and their websites see about the same amount of traffic. The primary difference between these two libraries in the test was the method of promoting their library apps. So the library that actively promoted their app with a banner on their homepage, which includes a brief call to action and the insight promotion, received an average of 13,663 app users per month. The library that relied solely on in-library promotions, such as bookmarks, flyers, and tabletop displays, received only 3,031 app users a month. So as you can see, it's a big difference by just, simply promoting your app on your website and in the library as well. And not only will this increase app usage, this will also increase your ROI on e-resources. So you can easily cross-promote your library app as well as your other subscriptions. Seattle Public Library and Frisco Public Library experienced tremendous growth to their 3M Cloud library resources. Almost 40% of the users came from Boopsie, and this is slightly higher than normal. Libraries do typically see about a 30% increase in subscription usage with their mobile apps. All right, so here's, marketing your app is a great tool, but be sure you're using it effectively. Here are a few other goofs from companies that have made with their mobile promotion. So here's a VW Passat billboard. While this might be the best Passat deal of your life, I think it would probably be a little ill-advised and most likely also illegal to take your phone out while driving to try and scan this billboard as you're going by. Also, a little crazy. All right, and here's another billboard with a QR code, this time in the Tube in London, which is right here. It's very small, hard to see. So, not only is the code small, but when you add the distance between the billboard and the platform, can't imagine that it scans very easily, especially, it's already very blurry. And then on the right, here's another awkwardly placed QR code. While the water in the tank of a toilet is clean, I still don't think I'd rather, be okay with hovering my smartphone over the water to attempt to scan this code. I'm too dropsy with my hands for that. All right, so I have to admit this is a really cool usage of QR codes. This is taken from a subway in South Korea. So Tesco Home Plus created virtual stores and subway stations. Simply, scan the QR code of a product and it's added to your online cart, which is then delivered to your door right after you get home. Home Plus stated that after opening this virtual store, they became the #1 supermarket in online markets, making 130% sales growth, and increased the number of the new registered members by 76%. Another local, retailer that does a really good job of marketing their apps is Target, especially with this fantastic, hard to miss banner. So a marketing plan is going to help you formalize ideas and concepts, keeps you focused, helps you establish tasks, and timelines, and can help you obtain funding as well. So here's some kind of ideas of what things that you can do in order with your marketing plan. So make sure you're looking at like social media, in-person marketing. What are your competition? What kind of goals are you looking for? So here are some examples. Here's the Fort Worth Public Library. If you're on the main page and you scroll down to the bottom, there's a link right here to the FWL mobile app. Once you click on the link, you're taken to a dedicated page for the app, which is this. At the top of the page, there is the QR code again, so you can quickly scan and download the app right to your smartphone or tablet. There's also below the QR code, there's a little bit more information about the app as well. And then here is a kind of like a little flyer that would be great to print out and hang out around the library as well. So along with our dedicated app landing pages like fortworth.boopsie.com, we also have custom-made app pages on our website as well. While these pages don't automatically link to downloads, they do provide a demo, which is right here, and links to the appropriate app stores, which you can easily access via your desktop. So if you're out and you're on your laptop and you're kind of looking for apps, you can go ahead here. You can do you test again. You can click here to download the app or scan the QR code right here. Here's an example of one of our screensaver templates that we created. In this case, the banner is for the Hennepin County Library. So you can see the app icon is prominently displayed. There's a screenshot of the app right here, a QR code to scan, or a little link to the download as well, which is all in, it's an easy to adapt banner. If you do have any photo wizards on your staff, this is a Photoshop document, which is available on our website that can be easily updated as well. This is, quickly, there's just like a little box that says icon, screenshot, and then you just kind of like insert your images there as needed. All right, so social media in August of 2013, Pew Research Center reported that 72% of online adults use social networking sites, and as of December 2012, 40% of cell phone users use a social networking site on their phone. Also, in a 2010 survey by the South Carolina State Library, 82.5% of libraries are using social networks to promote general library services. And so when you're looking at all three of these steps combined, what better way to promote your apps than to mention it on your social networking sites? As you can see here, here's 2 examples of our libraries going to their social media sites to promote their app. Kalamazoo Public Library mentioned their new app on their Facebook page, while the Atlanta University Center's Woodruff Library mentioned it on Twitter. And we are pretty popular on social media. We have a company's Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter accounts. And most of us have our own Twitter profiles that you can follow as well. Don't worry if you can't, grab the links right now. I'll be sure to share a follow-up after the webinar, which you'll be able to access these as well. So here's some of us. I am Cirque Desk Pirate. You can follow me on Twitter. We also have Megan, who's our Director of Business Development, Ray and Rory, who are our account executives for academic and public libraries, our CEO, Tony Madrano, and our senior product manager, Dimitri, are all on Twitter. We're all pretty active too, so if you have any questions, just go ahead and shout out. Or if you just want to follow us for some fun, behind the scenes Boopsie stuff, we're also there for that too. And here's our last topic is patron acquisition services. At Boopsie, we definitely understand that sometimes you don't have the resources for in-house to develop or manage complex internet marketing campaigns to increase your library's app usage. Facebook demographic targeting and Google AdWords are definitely complex and require specific expertise to maximize the library system's ROI. So we've created a turnkey program that can be customized to meet your needs. This program will implement metrics-driven and app download-focused marketing campaigns to drastically improve the number of unique users that access your apps every day. So here are some of the examples of the Facebook banners that we created for the Washington State Library. So, those will pop up in the Facebook feed and you can click here and download, the free app or the audiobooks. And then here are some of the AdWords for Google that'll show up as well. All right. So, I want to thank you again for taking the time to attend today's webinar. I'm going to check and see if we have any questions. If you don't have a chance to ask now, feel free to contact us. You can email me directly at katie@boopsie.com, or you can email us at sales@boopsie.com. Either way, we're definitely available to answer any questions you may have. All right, I don't see any questions coming in right now. So as I mentioned earlier, the next scheduled webinar is set for Wednesday, March 4th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which will be on our BookLook mobile feature. You can register for the webinar at boopsie.com/customer-webinars and check out the previous recordings of webinars as well. That pretty much wraps up what I have for today.